Hi everyone, good evening. Welcome back to my channel on Nikki's Thought. How has been your day? You're welcome, and I'm so glad you are joining for today's episode. Today's episode will be on how to resolve conflicts in marriage. How to resolve conflicts in a marriage. This is a episode that we've been looking at different episodes about Christian marriages and how to the naivety of getting into marriage without what you don't know before you get into marriage. Episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, episode 4, this is episode 5, and today now will be the episode 5 or 6. And so either before you enter marriage, or it is essential to know how to handle disagreement in an healthy and constructive way. I would say that conflict isn't a bad thing, but it's an opportunity for growth, for learning, and deeper connection. So in today's section, we will dive into the tools and strategies you can use to resolve conflicts before marriage or build a strong foundation for your relationship. So whether you are engaged or in a serious relationship or planning for a future, the insights we give or we explore together today will help you to navigate challenges and understand and respect and understand. You will be able to navigate challenges with understanding and respect. So thank you for tuning in today. So, and I would say that if you find today's session helpful after we're done, please consider subscribing to the channel so you can stay updated with the future episodes. Don't forget to like, to share this video and all with others who might benefit from it as well. Your support means a lot and it will help us to reach more people who are looking to build better relationship. Thank you for joining us. So let's jump in right in. So today we'll be looking into how to resolve conflicts in a marriage, either in a pre-marriage or in a marriage, maybe you're engaged to marry or something, or you just got married and then things are not working according to your plan, or you're having conflicts. Yeah, it is normal, like you just said. There's nothing wrong in having conflicts. Both of you are coming from different background, and we talk about background, and I think I'm gonna come to about a background in a better way. So to realize what background is huge in a marriage. But today we're just going to concentrate on how to resolve conflicts in an healthy way. As we know that conflict is inevitable in a relationship between mother and father, daughter and mother, daughter and son, daughter and father, whatever relationship within the family, within colleagues, within everybody, is conflict is inevitable. Okay, but how you handle it determines whether it strengthens or weakens your bond as a couple. So today we will look into practical steps that to resolve conflict in a way that promotes understanding, respect, and growth. So first, let's look at number one. We address the conflict early. When you see a conflict, don't let issues fester. Don't allow issue to fester at all. Ignoring problems can lead to resentment and misunderstandings. When it builds up, it can actually destroy the marriage. Approach conflicts as soon as they arise. While emotions are manageable is very, very important. But the tip is to choose the right time and the place to discuss the issue privately, free from distractions. But do not bury it under the carpet. You have to attend to it as soon as possible before it starts building resentment for you and misunderstanding, especially if you're about to get married. Pre-marriage counsel, as we talked about last week, communication, as we discussed last week, is very, very important before you get into marriage. You need to approach that conflict as soon as they arise, while emotions are manageable then. But it's only that before you approach that, you must choose the right time and the right place to discuss this so that um, free from distractions and it will not cause one problem. That's one. Another thing you could do is to practice active listening. Active listening cannot be overemphasized. Either you are young in a marriage or you're preparing to get married or you're already there already. Focus on understanding your partner perspectives without interruption. Be attentive to details or formulating your own response while they are speaking. Allow them to finish up what they are saying. You know where they're coming from. Don't jump at their mouth when they are talking. Listen. Listen actively. Be an active listener in marriage, especially when you are trying to address the issue. Again, we talked about communication. Last week, we talked about non-verbal communication and verbal communication. Why these two types of communication can never be overemphasized. Non-verbal communication is very important, very, very important. So when somebody is, giving you, when talking to you, at that time, you need to put your non-verbal communication in place. Nodding to say, okay, I understand what you're saying here. Okay, I'm buying your idea. Okay, I can see where you're coming from without not interrupting, without not talking. Again, maintain eye contact. This show that you're engaged, nodding show you're engaged. You could don't give any negative gesture when the person is talking. It can elevate or aggravate the issue on ground. But practice active listening. Reflect back to what you hear to confirm understanding. So, how do you reflect back? Reflection is very, very important by saying it to your partner when they finish talking. So, from what I heard from you saying, e.g., so you feel upset because you'll be able to read so that your spouse will understand where you're coming from. Your fiancé or fiance will understand that you really understand what they are saying. And by you actively listening to their own point, not what you have already prejudged, premeditated in your heart, and jump into conclusion when that person is talking, we go a long way if you listen actively. When you let them finish what they're saying before you jump into conclusion, that goes a long way. Again, the third tips there will be, we're talking about how to resolve conflicts. Communicate clearly and calmly. When the two heads are very big, when you are very, very upset, that's what I said in the first step, that you choose the time right when to address this and to avoid distraction as well. So when you want to communicate, make sure you express your feelings without blaming or hostility. Remember, we talked about background as well, where the person is coming from. You need to understand this. And then again, use I as a statement to describe how you feel and what you need. Some people, because of their background, they feel that you are selfish if you use the word I. But this is your opinion, and this is you trying to express how you feel. It is very, very important that instead of saying you never listen to me trying to talk to you, you never do this, you never say that. I feel unheard. I feel honored when I share my thoughts with you. And I like us to be more focused during the conversation. That is you are communicating clearly and calmly. I think I feel unheard instead of you never listen to me. I don't care anyway. No. You say something like, I feel unheard when I share my thoughts with you. And I would like us to be more focused during the conversations. And then as a Christian, before you even have this conversation in the first place, first take it to God in prayer, to be in the middle of it, to calm your nerves, to calm you as well. In as much that you need to address this issue as soon as possible before, when it is still very fresh, still make sure that you are not boiling in anger when you're addressing this issue. You're more calmer when you're addressing this issue, so you can communicate. And then your party or your partner or your spouse must be in a situation whereby it can listen to you actively. It's very, very important. And when you're talking about the issues, especially we women, like as me as well, we can go over and over and over and over and over and forget the main issue here. So when you are addressing conflicts, it is very, very important that you focus on the issue alone, not the person, not parabolating, not going to something else. Focus on the issue and do not try to attack the person. So avoid personal attacks or bringing unrelated past issues there on that issue. Stick to the specific problem at hand and work towards resolving it together. Many of us has been there, including me, when we have issue, then we go back to 1900, and you take the story back from beginning to the where. No, stick to the specific problem at hand, and avoid, bringing bad unrelated past issue. Treat your partner as an ally, not as an adversary. Most of the time, you think your partner is the enemy here or is an adversary. No, it's still your partner, the one you fall in love with in the first place, the one you claim that you love, the one that you ask that you want to go about or to marry, or you're about to get married, the one you say you want to share the rest of your life with. It's very, very important that when issue comes, we don't see them as our enemy. We see them as an ally, someone we love. And again, when you are resolving problem, it's very, very important to seek to a common ground. Common ground is very important. And how do you seek to the common ground? Identify where we are both, areas where you both agree, and build from there. So when you want to start this, identify areas where you both agree in that conflict, where they agree. There must be someone out of 10 issues there will be one that you both agree on. So start that conversation or start to address this issue based on that agreement where both agree, and then find a shared solutions to foster collaboration and reduce tension. Must find a way to find a way to collaborate and to reduce tension. Most of the arguments in couples, most of the arguments for some couple is disagreement on finances. So, and again, pre-marriage, both of you had to have been agreed on how the finance is going to be run, who is going to be looking after. This has something to do with ego. This not with who is the head here. It has something to do with who is skillful, who is trustworthy, who can manage better. In finance, it's very important. Not, oh, I'm the head of the family. You can be head of the family and don't know how to manage money or finance. If your spouse is more knowledgeable in that area and more skillful in that area, allow him or her to be the one in charge of the finance is very, very important. Agreeing on shared goals like saving for house, for vacation, then how to achieve them. Again, be willing to compromise. That's another thing. Conflict resolution often comes. It's a require of give and take. Be flexible. It's very, very important. Open to find solution that works for both of you. is very important. You need to ask yourself, what can I do differently to help resolve this issue? Don't be strong-headed when you are like that. Don't let your ego take the best out of you when you want to resolve issue. It won't even get you better. It will get you worse. So please, I would just say be willing to compromise. Be willing to compromise. Things that you cannot change, things that you can change. Be willing, to compromise things that you cannot, things that you can not change. Do you understand? Let go and let God. What can I do differently to help resolve this issue? Okay, is the tip I will ask you to ask yourself. Again, take a break if needed. If the emotion is run high and you know that it's going to lead to break up in the relationship, or break up in your engagement, or break up in the marriage, or lead to divorce, lead to separation later on, or destroy the whole thing, or even lead to death, the best thing is to take a break if needed. Taking a break is very important when the emotion is very high, and taking a step back temporarily to cool off can actually do a lot of good down damage. But being there, taking it upon yourself, can actually cause a lot of damage than necessary in the future. So if emotion runs rise, if you know that your relationship is becoming unhealthy, and if you're not married together, you could seek counseling. If counseling works, that's fine. If it doesn't work, then give yourself a break. If you're married, give yourself a break. Agree on a specific time to revisit the discussion. You could always go back to discussion. Okay. When I say separate, I mean take a break if needed. Even if you're living together at home, you could take a break for a while. Okay. If it is emotion is running high and is becoming violent, you could take a break by stepping out for a while to cool the situation down, and then look for a time, but not too long, where you'll be able to address this issue again. Pausing, repenting. If you, I mean, why it works is person prevents saying things that you may regret. Allow you both to approach the issue with a clearer mind, or be able to see a bigger picture. When you are separated, you'll be able to see where this one, when things that the person is saying that you're doing, you might be able to see it, and then you'll be able to see as well. You understand what I mean? So it's very, very important that if you need to take a break to revisit, but do not bury the issue underground. It has to be resolved. You just have to go, all both of you have to go down and start thinking what can be done, how you can do this, what needs to be done. You need to think about yourself. You need to be honest with yourself in this area. Don't let ego take the best out of you, because the ego takes best out for you. It's going to make the situation worse. In the end, it's going to cause a lot of problem for you. You need to know how to calm down and compromise. Take a break. And again, I'll say, apologize and ask for forgiveness. It's not too big for a man to ask for apology. It's not too big for a woman to ask for apology. But when you're asking for apology or you apologize, do not take that person as a fool that all the time he has to be the one. He will come and apologize, or she will come and apologize. That's not what I'm saying here. Or if you know that you made a mistake, so own it, hold that mistake, and offer a sincere apology. That is when you know you make a mistake. Okay. And similarly, be willing to forgive them. If your partner admits their faults, go ahead and forgive them. Nobody is perfect. You're not perfect. Your partner is not perfect. And you seek until the death do you part, when you will live longer. That's what I mean. Not the death that you caused by yourself by being in an abusive relationship, or something you cannot be address, Forgiveness clears the path for reconciliation and healing. So you must learn to forgive and reconcile if something that has not been damaged beyond a repair. Hold on to grudges only deepens conflicts and you build it up. Don't. When you say you forgive, let go. Let your heart be clear with that. Let your heart be clear that you've forgiven. And you're not like, hey, he did it 1, 2, 3, 4, and you are counting it. And then anytime that he does something or she does something, you are aggravating, you're putting that on top. But you said you've already forgiven. Forgiveness says, let go. Let go totally. Let go. But that doesn't mean that you should allow the same mistake to be made, you know. But forgiveness, clear path for reconciliation and healing. Don't forget you're getting to know one another. Don't forget you're getting to know and do this conflict so that you'll be able to hold on together. Holding on to grudges only deepens conflict. So don't hold on to it. And again, if all these things has been done and you still feel that the conflicts remain unresolved, then you go back to what we discussed last week. Counseling. Consider seeking guidance. Go to a trusted mentor. Go to a counselor or your pastor, and again yourself, engage in prayer within yourself as well. And when the whole thing is not getting backed up again, you could pray together. A neutral third party can provide insights and tools to help you navigate recurrent challenges. So I would say in my final thought that conflict doesn't harm your relationship. It can strengthen it when it's handled with care. When you handle with care, when it's handled with humility, when you handle with mutual respect, it can strengthen that relationship. So don't look at conflict. Oh, we're having conflict now. Oh, so the marriage is end. Oh, no. You see, marriage is an eye opener. Okay, seeing these conflicts initially for those people that are yet to be in a marriage is even better because you will learn how to resolve all these things before you get into marriage. Naivety is when you notice all these things and you let it slide, you let it fester, and then when you get into marriage, you think you can change that. You can't change it. You are supposed to have resolved this issue beforehand. And it's we think that okay, in marriage as well, immediately you step into marriage and you notice all these things, make sure that you address it in the name of Jesus. Address it together, in one accord. Don't let it lie. Don't say that I'm getting used to it. Well, I can bear it. You can't bear it for long. You cannot bear it for long. You can be the most coolest person on earth, but you will get to a stage that you get to your breaking points. I always say that you see the aeroplane, the wings. When you see new aeroplane, you won't even hear any noise about the wings because they go, they fly here, they fly, they don't make any noise. But when you see an old aeroplane or aircraft, you will know that this aircraft or aeroplane has had its own fair share because they will be making noise. Have you been in an old aeroplane and you can hear the wings talking? Because the wings is already on its fatigue stage, necking stage, breaking stage. If a metal can come to a mating stage, how much more human being? But before you piling up conflicts, bottling up inside can make you to get to that necking, breaking stage of life. And it might come to a stage whereby is it that you cannot resolve the problem again, especially when in a marriage, or you might end up like, have you heard about couple destroying themselves, doing things for themselves, ending lives because of unresolved conflict that was bottled for years that were bottled for years, and then it come to that necking stage, come to that breaking point, that they now have to be dealing with it. So it's better for you to navigate your marriage with to always resolve problem. And when you're resolving the conflict, please bear in mind proactive listening. As I mentioned, empathizing with your partner is very, very important. Communicating without blame is extremely very important. Resolve argument, disagreement with mutual respect and compromise is the key to marriage. Whether you are newly married or engaged or seeking wisdom for a stronger partnership or marriage, these are the practical tools to turn conflict into an opportunity for growth and deeper connection. So, even though as I'm handling this topic today, let me tell you, we talked about pre-marriage. Yeah, conflict resolution skills are crucial before marriage. Like I said, I'm recapping. And as they help couples understand how to handle disagreements or set out the relationship patterns from the start for those that are, cutting and about to get married. Learning these skills being mentioned during engagement and dating period set you a strong foundation that will last forever, a lasting relationship, And so when you focus on the potential conflict and ensuring both your partner have this communication issue and you communicate very effectively, can go a long way, can go a long way, can go a long way. And if your couple already married, emphasizing on practicing and refining these conflict resolution skills is about addressing ongoing issue, okay, in the relationship with maturity and with respect. In marriage, conflict resolution requires partners to be more adaptable and commit to resolve the problem, to resolve the conflict without harming or blaming or harming the relationship. It's very, extremely, very important that you learn how to solve this. So I round up this session. Open communication goes a long way, When conflicts arise, avoid keeping or feeling bottled up. Speak openly when about your emotion, but do so with respect and kindness. Like I said earlier, use I statement as I feel upset when, instead of blaming or criticizing the person. Again, identify the core issue. Go straight to that point. If finance is the problem, identify it. Whatever you think is a problem, identify it. Don't let it have other you're attaching it to other stuff. Identify what the issue at that moment. If it's about security, talk about it. Recognize the deeper issue, address it. It's more effective down just parabolating or beating around the bush. Don't beat around the bush, go straight to the point. And when you're discussing it as being said, stay calm and control your emotion. So during the conflict, emotion can run right. I can say it is very important to stay calm and avoid shouting, name calling, other destructive behaviors. Stay away from it. If necessary, take a break and revisit the conversation later when both of you are in a better emotional state. It's very, very important. Another tip you can take there is practicing deep breath. Deep breathing and short walk can make you to be calm before continue the conversation. But don't run away from that conversation. Many of us run away from that conversation and make this something worse at a later year. It might be a month, it might be years, it could be years. The years of, not resolving conflicts and burying under the carpet. We make the person grow wings. We make the person thought he's doing the right thing, or he or she is doing the right thing. And then whereby you are dying inside. You're dying, you will get to a breaking point. So you need to address this. Don't bury it under the because if you need to bring a third party after you've done everything and it's not been sorted, please bring a third party. But make sure that the third party you're bringing could be a counselor, could be your pastor, the real pastor that can be fair and just, not a biased one, not somebody that doesn't like you and wishing your marriage to break, and they're not seeing it. Instead of seeing the right or the wrong or the other person, they were putting and not addressing the issue. I'm not saying you should go to that. And again, the best counselor is Holy Spirit as well, but you need people as well. Better Help is a counselor, online counselor. If you type in Better Help, you will see Better Help have series, different types of counselor to meet your own particular needs. You could use Better Help as well. Then listen to understand, not to respond. You're not listening to respond to what they're saying. When you're talking to people, this thing always make me to go gaga. When you're talking about yourself, you just want people to listen to you. You don't want people to judge you or to be your whatever. But we're not talking about people now. We're talking about your relationship. So don't let me go away from what we're talking about. When your spouse are talking to you about what is really bothering them or upsetting them, you need to do what? To be an active listener, okay? Instead of preparing to, like, okay, I'm going to rebut. I will prepare your whole rebuttal, or you want your partner to listen to your perspective. But you could do this after your partner has spoken and you understand where your partner is coming from. Then you could show respect and then find a way to let them to apologize, to say, I understand your feelings and your needs, and in a nice, calmly way, this is what I meant, but I didn't know it get you bad here. Apologize. It will not go. I won't do that again. That's called compromising. That's called compromising and solution. You're finding solution. So marriage is based on compromising. Pre-marriage is the best time to practice this. So when disagreement arise, don't look for win-win solutions that honor both perspectives, both you and your partner. Not only I want to win here. No, win-win solution. Win-win solution. If there's conflict about often visit to the family, if you agree on a scheduled time, if you're arguing about money, get accountant involved. Somebody you can be accountable to. Get them involved, and then again, respect boundaries as well. You need to set a boundary. It is vital to maintain respect and trust, especially when you are still in the pre-marriage relationship. You need to set a boundary. If one needs to need a space to process conflict, then do so. Okay? And then again, I can never overemphasize premarital counseling. Use premarital counseling as an opportunity to address any lingering concerns and conflict before you enter into marriage, if you're on your way to marriage, or if you're in the marriage as well, and this is lingering and is causing unhealthy relationship before the children comes into situation and everything becomes dysfunctional. It is better for you to address it so you could establish healthy relationship. So establish healthy conflict resolution habits earlier. Regularly check in with one another about how you are handling the disagreements and make adjustments as necessary. Don't go back on it once you have done. Like I said, conflict is natural of any relationship, like I said, and learning to handle it in a healthy way before or in the marriage is a key to build a strong, lasting relationship. Thank you so much for joining me today on Nikki's Thoughts live. I hope today's session resolve conflicts whether in your pre-marriage, in marriage, engagements, or you're looking for lasting solution how to solve the conflict in your marriage. I hope you find this this has given you valuable insights and practical tools to help you navigate challenges in your relationship with understanding and respect. Remember, conflict isn't something to fear. It is an opportunity to grow together and to build strong foundation for the future. So the skills you develop now will serve you well in your marriage. And I encourage you to keep practicing open communication, compromising, and empathy. So thank you. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe, like, share with others who might benefit from it. I look forward to connect with you again the next video. Until then, take care, stay blessed as we grow together in love. God bless you. God bless you. Till hear me again. Bye for now. Bye, everybody.